and I am outside. I thought that I would take you for a walk around the yard. I haven't done that yet, mostly because I've been working in the yard all spring, getting everything ready to go. I am live. I don't know how long my phone will last, and I don't know if I'll be able to see all the chat. It's not a very bright sunny day. It's kind of cloudy out. We've had a lot of rain. It's about 52. But I want to show you where I am with my gardening. And I want to tell you, if you don't watch Marian's World, go to Marian's World. She started a garden channel. I love what she's doing. Okay, so let me flip my picture here to the yard. And come on, flip. There we go. It's pretty and green out. We've had a lot of rain. I mowed the lawn this past week. These are our hosta plants, and Becky's, I call it Becky, the hosta plant. I need to take care of this. I think I'm going to do some eco diet. Let me flip my phone. Rotate device back. I don't know what it's looking like to you. Let's see. Rotate device. Rotate device. Orientation is locked. I might have to do this again. I guess it wants to be in portrait mode. So I'll do portrait mode. I did not change it to landscape mode when I started. So we'll be in portrait mode. There's Angie girl. There's Arlene. Isn't everything? Hi, Sherry. There's Becky. Hi, ladies. So this is what it's looking like. I was going to show you Becky's hydrangea plant. It's starting to grow down here. And I think I'm going to do some eco-diem. This is just a volunteer tree, if I can get to it before my brother does. We had a pretty purple plants on this. I think this is a flock in here. But the hostas are looking really nice. These were, my brother brought these hostas down from my mother's house, and they've done really good here. I went shopping Thursday, I believe, and I bought plants, and these are those beautiful pink geranium plants. Aren't those beautiful? And then I got this as a lantana, I think. Some more marigolds and petunias. This is that wormwood plant. I got 2 of these wormwood. I have to figure out where I'm going to plant those. Some pampas grass back in there, some red geranium, and some, impatiens back in there. Some moss rose I'm going to put up. I haven't done, over here I put petunias usually in here, but I think I'm going to put those moss rose in here. This was the lavender plant that I had last year, and it did not make it through the winter, but I think I have enough that I can rescue. It smells good. I want to make some sachets, and I think I might have enough there to at least make 1 or 2. And I need to take care of these pots and put the bird bath up. So this area I've been saving for last. Our daffodils have all bloomed and they're flattening out. They'll dry up, and when they all dry up, then we'll mow that down. Let's walk around. Excuse me for turning fast. Let's walk out to the corner. Let me tell you, I hadn't cleaned out that corner for 2 years, and it was a job to clean out, but I got it all cleaned out. We got a little black squirrel. I don't know if you see him. He's running across the... we had some iris plants under the tree. One's starting to bloom here. Where did he go? He's right here. But these others have bloomed and they're done. They were really pretty. My brother was griping. He said, they're not blooming, they're moving them. And they bloomed. And we have a little stone fence here, and I'll show you. I kind of dug out the weeds. Pulled all the weeds and everything around this stone fence. I'm going to plant some vines in there. have some little volunteer trees that need to be cut out, but I'll get out here and do that. I'm going to plant vine all around this. And this weekend would be a good time to do it. Over here, I hauled all this compost over here. I raked all of this area out, pushed clear from back there all the way down to wheelbarrows, about 12 or 15, I can't remember, and pushed these down. We have volunteer hollyhocks that are growing up around the edge, but I'm going to plant some of those marigolds and petunias out in here. I got some dandelions I need to pull. And yeah, these plants are loving the moisture, the rain that we've had. I planted some fern in there because I read that fern does good underneath of a black walnut tree. That's hollyhocks. I think these are shorter hollyhocks. That one's starting to bud out. I don't know if you can see it there. It's starting to bud. I'm going to plant flowers all up in the area over here. On this side, we got a hosta plant that survived. This came from I bought some hosta plants, but let me tell you, the hosta plants that I purchased did not survive. My mom's that my brother got for free survived out here. And the violets. And yeah, I like the violets. My brother doesn't like them. He chops them down. I planted some fern bulbs in here, right around in here, but I don't know if anything's going to survive in there. I might just replant, but I need to get out here and plant. It's been cold and rainy. So this is our house looking from the corner. We're a corner house, little bungalow type house. And I mowed all of this with a push mower all around here, all around there, back behind the house. And I didn't quite get it done behind the house. Let me walk up to the porch area, the front porch. And I bought some hanging petunia plants. They were on sale at Menards for like $7. So I bought 2 to hang. I bought some ferns that were more expensive, but I like them there. And then 2 more hanging petunia plants. Over here where my brother has his little fisherman, let me step up here. Right there, he's got a little fisherman. I'm holding the phone in my hand, so it's kind of, hi Joyce. It's kind of wiggly. Right there, that planter, I'm going to put some of those pink petunias in planters and put them by that little fisherman. And I could not find miniature roses at Menards. I didn't look over at Ace Hardware, but I usually put miniature roses in here. And you can see these have dried up and they don't make it through. They're supposed to be perennial, but they don't make it through our winters. And see, we've got volunteer trees. I need to cut out the volunteer trees before they get too big. But this is that vine, and it just grows all over the place. I was going to put planters up on this top tier. It's covered with vine. So I'm going to take some of this vine and transplant it. I think it'll grow because it just loves to spread. And I'm going to transplant it out there along that stone fence. We've got a gazing ball and a little elephant stand there, some bricks. We don't use this door a lot, but I need to clean this vine all out. Some of this I'm saving for later. Now this area was really pretty in the spring. My brother planted bulbs in here and they did bloom, but I need to get in here and plant some annuals around the bulbs. And we had daffodils in here that bloomed this spring. We have this daisy plant that's blooming right now, so that's very pretty. Daisy. And There's some sort of a grass plant there, and my brother planted some stuff in here, but it looks like that vine is taking over. He'll probably get out there and pull it out. He doesn't like it. And my mother's rose bush, I don't know if it's going to survive or not. We might need to get another rose bush. My brother brought this rose bush down from my brother brought it from my mother's house. It looks like it might be surviving up in there. It looks like that's coming from right in here. So it might recoup. Maybe he should trim some of this dead wood back. I'll talk to him about that. And then we had beautiful tiger lilies, or iris. I call them tiger lilies. They're iris. But the wind toppled them over, and you can see they're just about all done. But they were very, very pretty in here. There's still a few that are surviving, but most of them are about done. The irises, they were pretty. I just didn't get out here. And then these are some of those Asiatic lilies, and they make very pretty blooms back in here. I haven't done my corner tub yet. I usually plant pepper or tomato in the corner tub over here. I think I'm going to plant flowers this year. So I have work to do. This brick, usually all bushes out. My brother bought some bush killer, and so maybe I can move that brick now because it's dying. We don't like that there. We have to trim it all down. So let's walk out to the peonies. The peonies are beautiful. We want to cut some and take them down to let me just walk here. You're seeing nothing but grass, but hold on. And hopefully the wind will not destroy these peonies. I think we've had our high wind before these all budded. But I want to make a bouquet, and we'll take it down and decorate my mother and father's grave for Memorial Day. My dad was a World War II veteran. So there's the beautiful peonies. They come back every year. They're a pain to cut down in the fall, but they're beautiful to see. And I think there was a lily plant growing way back there. I think, oh no, hold it, my camera's shaky. You can see that yellow spot. Whoops, got my hand in the way. And my hand is shaking, I'm sorry. Way back there is a yellow lily, kind of in the top center. So this is the garden. And let me show you. I'll show you the petunia corner here. I worked really hard to plant all these petunias. Let me zoom out again. Zoop. My daisy plant, that high wind came and blew the buds off, but it's recouping now. And I got a chive plant I planted a couple years ago, and it's really taking off this year. And these are petunias all up in here, around in there, and then down around the ground here. Petunias. I'm really liking this little area, little corner of the garden. Then we had that great big pile of dirt right in here. Most of it is gone. There's still a pile right there. But I put landscape fabric down. Let's walk down the line here. This helps keep the weeds down. And I got onions growing up there. 2 rows of onions. We'll have little eating onions pretty soon. And they go clear over to here. My brother's zucchini plants here. I mulched them real good because we have such a problem with morning glory. These are zucchinis here, and a tomato plant, and a tomato plant, 3 tomato plants. My brother did plant his tomato. He wasn't going to do anything, but I kind of asked him to. So he got out here. His cucumbers are coming up. He plants them from seed, and those are cucumbers. I don't see them coming up on this side, but he'll have them over here. He's got a couple coming up there, and the morning glories are popping up. Got to weed those. And when the cucumbers get a little bit higher, I'll pull out all the morning glories, leave the cucumber, and I got a bag of mulch right here of mulched leaves. I put landscape fabric in here because this all turns to grass and morning glory, and I don't want it. These are the tubs. I've got 3 tubs over here and 3 over here that need to be filled. And I don't know if you can see it. There's a pile of dirt in here that is going in there. I'm going to take, this is like last year's, raking. But I don't have anything in there, so I think when I trim down those trees and stuff, I'm going to put them in there. Over here, we did put in a raised bed. This area in here is what took me a whole lot of time. My brother, we used to take, when we were kids, we took baths in this long bathtub. And my brother rescued it from my parents' house. And I've got some lavender and some butterfly flowers in there. And these do not like a lot of water, so it rains, so the ground is wet now, naturally. And then in the raised bed, let me step over to the raised bed. I've got a tomato, and this one did not make it. I broke it. And I thought if I put it in the ground, it might recoup. I will pull it out. It's dead. Well, maybe I'll pinch it there and see if this will grow, because that's in there pretty good. We'll see if that little one grows. And over in here, I planted, this is bell pepper here. I think this is a basil. I'm not sure. I think that might be a lemon thyme plant. Some fern, asparagus fern. Over there is either a marigold or a tomato. I think that's a marigold that got in there. And this is a cherry tomato, and this is a cherry tomato. And got a row, I put a row of marigolds in here. And this is rosemary. These are some, let me step over here, potted petunias. I'll probably move this. And I got some things I want to plant in on the other side. I just haven't gotten it. It rained. And over here, of course, now you see the morning glories. They pop up where they can. Those morning glories need to come out here. But where these rows are, they haven't germinated yet. Some okra, where you see these little lines. And hopefully they'll come up and I'll be able to distinguish them from the weeds. But I can pull the morning glories out. They just pop up. I planted, let me go back this way. I planted 3 watermelon. We think rabbits got 2 of them. But my brother rescued one right in here. We only had one last year or the year before, and it did really well out here. So one might be all we need, but we think the rabbits, because there was one in here. And then there's this, which I think might be a tomato, either a marigold or a tomato that survived. And look at all the little grasses coming up. I'm going to have to get out here and put landscape fabric down, because I don't want all this to turn to grass. When I do my dirt, I'll do that. Let me walk back over this way. And, the weeds pop up. I pull them down as fast as I can, but the weeds will pop up. After I get this dirt pile moved, we're going to plant corn in here. It's not too late to plant corn. It grows pretty fast. We'll have a late corn. Let me step over this way, over into the grass. This way I did a row of marigold down there. I put landscape fabric here because those weeds here like to creep over. So I put a row of, and in here, as soon as I can get out here, I'm going to just sow flower seeds in this area. We got the park bench over here. So this is kind of where I'm at. It was a lot of prep work, so I didn't get a lot of spring planting done. But if you look at it from here, let me back up. If you look at it from this angle, there's a lot of prep work in there. And I'll plant some petunias along the diagonal there or marigolds along the diagonal on this side. So it's a lot of work. It's taken me all spring to get all of it. Let me go back, zoom out again. Sorry for the jiggly phone. And then we got the little park bench here. I rest a lot between working, and then I put 2 more mineral tubs here. I put I'm going to put some Miracle Grow on this, but this is a petunia. It needs to be, flowers need to be plucked off of it so it'll branch out again. It was really pretty when I planted it. These are pretty petunias. I haven't found double ones though, and some marigolds and some impatient in here. Impatient like to be under a tree. So that's just about how the yard looks. It's been a lot of work. But it's been a lot of work because this whole area was composted. And it was a lot of work to put up that raised bed, and I'm just getting my flowers planted. So, but it's been nice and cool. So let me go back to the front porch and I'll turn the camera toward me and read chat a little. I'm not going to be on long. We're waiting to hear from my brother's side of the family. See if we're going to go. I doubt if we go down to the lake today. It's supposed to get in the 68, I think. So we might go. But I'm debating. I want to plant my plants. Let me get up here on the front porch. I did buy me I like to bring a roll of paper towels out, and I don't have any place to throw them, so I bought me a little step trash can and a place to keep my paper towels. And I want to come out here and finish this scarecrow. She's got eyes. She's peeking at you. And I need to fix her skirt. But I named her myself. I never got her named last year, but I was looking at her. Let me sit down here. I was looking at her. Let me turn my camera toward me. Hello. I was looking at her earlier this year. The phone, and I zoomed in on my piece. Oh, hi Rhonda. Can't hear me? Oh. There you are. I can hear you now. Can anybody else hear me? They're saying hi. Oops, I zoom in on my face. Can you all hear me now? Rhonda says it's looking good. Yeah, I walked around the yard, and as I walked around the yard, the internet probably faded in and out because I am live streaming. Hi, Linda. Welcome in. Angie says, Meri, so was my grandpa. He was in the war, World War II. Yeah. My dad was in the service. My brother was in, excuse me, I got the wind blows the hair in my face, and I got an itchy nose. Yeah, my brother was in the Vietnam War. He was on a destroyer. Although he really didn't fight in Vietnam, he was on a boat, and he was in the Philippines, which was close to Vietnam. They had he told me some scary times that he went through. It scared me. It didn't bother him. He was young and dumb. I was young and dumb back then, so I understand. Let's see, what else is going on here? Linda says, beautiful. Angie says, those are lovely. My irises have not bloomed yet, Arlene says. Oh, well, they'll be beautiful when they bloom. My brother was complaining of those ones that I showed you out by the tree. Excuse me here. I don't have a Kleenex with me and my nose is itchy. Probably from the pollen. I think I have a little bit more allergy than I used to. I think as I'm getting older and being out here in the yard and the dirt. After I mow and plant and work a day out here, I am filthy dirty, and I go in and I shower and wash my hair and all of that, but it takes some time. But I was telling you that I was going to name my little scarecrow over here Sister. Sister. So let's see. Arlene is here. Angie popped in. I don't think I can go up any foot. Oh, no, Joyce. Angie says, Meri, that's okay. I keep zooming in on my head. I've already hit my head on a chair arm. It hurt. Aw, ouchie. Beck said she's got to run. They won't be here much longer. On my way to Joann's for a couple of vintage patterns, so she's going to run and get some vintage patterns. I hope you find what you want, Miss Becky. She's gone. Looks fine. Sherry Dan was here, and Angie, and I think Arlene, and I think I'm up to the top. Let's go down to the bottom. Gigi. Hi, Mrs. Gigi. Welcome in. I'm just about ready to sign off. I just kind of did a walking tour of the yard. It looks halfway. Let me flip again. I'm flipping. Come on, flip. There we go. It looks pretty good now that I've mowed the lawn. It'll look good for Memorial Day, and we've had so much rain, it'll need to be mowed again next week. But yeah, swing and looking for some outdoor fabric to recover the cushions here. So the swing is old. My brother picked it off of somebody's corner. They had out, given away free. So I don't have much more to say to you guys. I want to wish you a happy Memorial Day. I've been on just about a half an hour, and as things start growing and blooming, I'll do another yard walk, and I've got all of these plants over here to plant. They've been staying nice because we've had a lot of rain, but I need to get them put in the ground. I wanted to do it this weekend, but I just don't think we'll go down to the lake today. It's kind. I've got a sweater on, but it's in the low 50s out here. But it's not sunshiny. It's supposed to get up in the 60s, but it's overcast now. I'm really thinking that my brother's family will call and say, we'll do it another time, and that's okay with me because I have lots to do. Free is good, isn't it? Free is good. Have a great weekend, Rhonda, Miss Jinxie Rhonda. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Wish you all a happy Memorial Day. And I'll pop on Sunday evening. I want to work on some things in the membership area. If we don't go down there today, I might do a couple videos in the membership area. I'm not ready I guess I just want to chat. I say long goodbyes. So, okay. All righty. Bye. Have a great weekend. Okay, Angie. Bye.